think the best way to make a delicious sandwich is, of course, having delicious homemade bread, and that's making that delicious bread, the nice softness, the butteriness. I got a good recipe for that, and that is buttermilk bread loaf. I love that bread recipe. It's delicious. Love the tanginess of that delicious buttermilk in it, and it just adds a little kick to it. Just the plain old bread, you know what I'm saying? So stick around, guys. I'm gonna show you that cool recipe. I love making it, so let's get started. So we're gonna start with this delicious ultimate bread I like to make for sandwiches and stuff like that. But before we can make sandwiches, a good old deli sandwich, we gotta make the bread, of course. I like making buttermilk style breads and stuff like that. Now, you guys watch my cinnamon rolls video, you guys would know for sure that I don't bloom the yeast. That is optional. They do that most of the time to check the yeast is good or not. But you want to really extend the shelf life of yeast. Of course, once you buy from the store, put it in your guys' fridge and it will last much longer and stay with the active yeast for you guys, so you can make delicious breads every time. So I don't do that. I know for sure this yeast is so good, all that stuff. So that's gonna require delicious bread flour. That'd be 5.5 cups, and then 2 cups of buttermilk, 8 tablespoons of butter, 3 teaspoons of salt, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and then of course the yeast. That'd be 2 tablespoons. Let's all mix that together. Alright guys, so let's start off combining our dry ingredients. That's to be all the 5.5 cups of bread flour. Make sure you get all that delicious flour in there. Next up is your salt. That'd be 3 teaspoons. Then sugar, that'd be 2 tablespoons. Combine before you add the yeast. Give that a good old mix. Next up, yeast, 2 tablespoons. Combine. And then get ready for the mixer. You know the dough is ready when it kind of comes off cleanly off the sides of the stand mixer bowl. So take off the dough hook. See how clean that came off? Okay. Nice elastic dough. I add the butter here. If you do this by hand, it will take some patience because of the butter. But it is possible, my friends. It's not as bad like kneading by hand by the brioche dough. But look at this. Look how beautiful that dough is. This will be a delicious. You can even smell it. You can really smell the buttermilk and the butter. All that good stuff. I kind of like to knead it a couple more times after I knead it in the stand mixer. Oh yeah. Nice soft dough. Now, we're gonna let this rise about an hour. So we got our handy dandy bowl here. Couple tablespoons or so of olive oil so it doesn't stick. And then put your dough in. Kind of like using the dough, kind of mop up that oil a little bit. If you want, you can use softened butter. And then you're gonna cover this with plastic wrap if you have it, or you can use a damp cloth or a towel. cover it and put it in something in place of warm, and let it rise for an hour or hour or so. Just it depends on warm your place is, depends how cold. Colder it is, the slower it take. Hotter it is, the faster we'll do it. So I'm gonna put this guy in and see you in an hour. All right guys, so the dough is rising. It's getting ready, getting all happy, getting fluffy. So it's just let it rise for an hour, and trust me my friends, it's delicious. So once it runs for an hour, I'm gonna teach you guys how to roll it out, shape the dough, and put it in the loaf pan, and let it rise for another hour, and then we will time to bake it. So I suggest to preheat your oven. The second rise, that's when we shape it and then put it into the loaf pan. Once you put it in the loaf pan, then it's all about let it rise, and while it's rising, turn on your oven and preheat. So like that. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. It's almost done. As you see, nice and fluffy. I don't really punch it, you know what I'm saying, like you see some recipe calls for. I don't like doing that either. I like lightly degassing it. So I'm gonna get myself a bench scraper, like so. So, if I divide this. Like so. 1,047 grams of dough for this kind of size of thing. So what I'm doing right here is degassing. And I'm trying to keep it like almost like a square shape, rectangular shape. Makes it better like to shape it. So what I like to do is fold the ends, like so. Pull it back, like so. Taking the sides. And roll it out a little bit. Avocado oil, that's all I have right now. There we go. Nice and oiled. Put your loaf in here. I like to do a kind of press it to kind of touch the sides, like so. Get your plastic wrap. Also to kind of spray your plastic wrap so it doesn't stick. I learned that from many endless mistakes. And then I'm gonna put it in my toaster that proofs, or put a place that you had it warm, and let it rise for another hour. And now what you want is to see a bulge right here. When you start seeing it's kind of lifting kind of above your tin, it's ready to bake. As it is kind of light right now, it's perfectly light. Then let it rise for one more hour, or at least to double the size. This could be another small dough. I'm gonna show you another one. Degas it, like so. Fold, fold, and then you can go like this. Tuck it in. Basically, you're creating surface tension onto the dough, like so. And then what we're gonna do with this one, and we're gonna freeform this. So what I'm gonna do is kind of roll it a little bit, lightly stretch it out, pinch the tips, and then I'm gonna let it rise into a cookie sheet, and we're gonna bake it freeform. So that means not using a loaf tin. So then we come out to here and bake nicely. We're gonna score it before you bake, and it'll be nice, delicious. Different shape, you know what I'm saying? All right guys, so the bread nice is risen. You want a nice little dome shape right here. So this is risen by about an hour. Hour's a perfect time. You want this shape so it has that good oven spring when it rises up perfectly, nice and poofy. So this one we're not gonna do nothing, so any sort to this. We're gonna keep it like this. After we bake it, of course, we're gonna brush it with butter, and then we're gonna put a towel over it. What that does is keep the steam, and the nice butter mixture allows the bread to absorb, and it will get nice and soft like that. So this one right here is the freeform dough, kind of like an odd shape, so that's okay. I'm using a X-Acto knife. It's a blade for it. This is a good a substitute for you can't find any razor blades like you see some bakers use to score the bread. This is a good opportunity, like a substitute for it. So highly recommend, nice and sharp. So before we score it though, we're gonna brush it with a little bit of egg wash, like so. Like so. Then we're gonna season it up with our everything bagel seasoning. Get extra flavor all around, like so. And then we're gonna get our X-Acto knife, the blade, and we're gonna score it like that. Just quick motions. And then we're gonna bake these guys for 25 to 30 minutes or so to a nice golden brown. Look how gorgeous that bread looks. Lovely. I will show you guys how to make a more crustier crust. Right now this is a little on the soft, nice and soft texture. Get 2 towels here. The way to check these guys, I did temp them to read at like 210. As long as they sound hollow, you should be fine. Nice, beautiful. This makes good like little sandwich bread indeed. So put my pan in my sink here. Okay, now it's time for the delicious butter. I got unsalted butter right here, and then we're gonna just lay a good layer on this bread. What this does is not only gives it flavor, but it keeps it moist, it keeps it soft. I love doing this method and giving a nice little shine to it. This is totally optional. And then to this one. Indeed. And then cover and then cool down completely, and we're pretty much set to go. Alright guys, so the delicious bread is resting. There's a couple tips I want to tell you guys about this method I use to make it soft. The towel, of course, keeps it cool, doesn't keep it soggy. Make sure you pick a thin towel or a tea cloth. Especially tea cloth is ideal because you can make the bread breathe more. You don't want something too thick because that will hold the moisture and gets all soggy and stuff like that. But I like to use the butter to keep it moist. Again, it keeps it soft, gets it really soft, and also divides flavor, a nice buttery flavor. And also the towel also helps the bread also just get softer. So you really like nice soft bread, this is a cool method for that. Alright guys, so I do not have no patience to wait that long, but it's okay. Give it at least 5 minutes, 5 to 15 minutes to cool. It's perfectly fine to cut it. You just want the bread to relax, heat that steam, get it nice and soft. You can see right here is soft, slightly crisp, perfect bread. But you can also cut it while it's still kind of hot. It's perfectly fine. Just gotta be patient. Sometimes you can mess up the dough though. You cut it where it's freshly hot. It can make it almost like doughy. But you just gotta give that time to rest and you'll be perfectly fine. Again guys, I would say 5 to 15 minutes. 15 minutes is the best. 5 minutes, you're like me, not patient. So we're gonna cut this guy up. Give it a little look-see. Hopefully it's cooked. And it is. Look at that, my friends. Beautiful crumb crush texture here. Nice, beautiful. You could really smell the tartness from the buttermilk. Almost like a sourdough smell to it. Smells good. The bagel seasoning is coming off of it as well. You probably smear cream cheese on this thing, it'd be good. Nice, good sandwich bread. This is the kind of sandwich bread you guys want. Tight crumb, and what I mean by crumbs, the holes, texture around the bread. If you have big holes in here, that's not a good sandwich bread. All your stuff will fall right through. But you want good sandwich bread is tight little crumbs, stuff like that. So it holds the stuff you put in your sandwich. Soft, but yet where you press down, it comes back up. That's a perfectly sign of good kneading to your dough. Smells good, guys. Close that up. Now this guy, same thing. I'm gonna cut a little slice off this one in a different way. You see how this guy is perfectly again. If I was waiting a little more, then it will feel. Right now it's freshly hot. It would feel kind of, you know what I'm saying, a little moisture in there. But you let it fully cooked, you will have more better cut into it. But again, this bread is so good and it smells so good that my patience not there. But anyway, guys, this is the kind of sandwich bread you want. Again, nice crumbs, good enough for a sandwich loaf, and good enough to enjoy. That's the good, delicious buttermilk bread. Nice, delicious. This, as long as you let it cool completely, put you guys in a little bag or a container you have for it, it will last you for a good week or two. Then also too, if you guys have leftovers that get stale, you guys also make a delicious French toast or even delicious bread pudding. I do have a recipe for French toast, so I will put that thing in during the video. You guys can press on it if you guys are interested. But yeah, I love this bread. I like the structure of it. I like the fact that it has a tight crumb, so it doesn't, you put it in your sandwich, it doesn't fall right through. Because there's some breads you cut into, there's like a big old hole in it because of the air pockets of the yeast and the gases and stuff like that. This one, we won't do that. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoy. You got two types of bread: the bagel everything seasoning, delicious, a little free form, and then your classic loaf shape for you guys' sandwiches, whatever you guys want to do with it. Again, guys, don't be afraid to send me a picture of your guys' bread that you made from my recipes. I'd be glad to show you those off on Instagram and even my Facebook page. I do have a Facebook page, Chef Vic. Check that out. Of course, we will let you know of the latest news of what Chef Vic has going on and stuff like that. But yeah, if you guys like this video, hit that like. If you guys new to my channel, hit that subscribe. Really lets me know I'm doing a good job and this is you guys the kind of content you guys are looking for. And also to hit that bell to notify you guys for upcoming. You guys be the first to get notified of upcoming new videos and stuff like that. So hope you guys enjoy. Stay safe out there, and I will see you guys next time.
And cut. And cut.
My mom.